Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So there's this trend going around called the Winter Arc Challenge, and I thought I'd make a video on this and put it into perspective and break it down why I think this is a very useful technique while you are pursuing this mental health, spiritual growth, just any journey that you're currently pursuing. My thing is about the winter time is I do not like the cold, so I genuinely do not enjoy being outside. I want to be inside by some warmth majority of the time. Like, you will not see me outside a lot in the winter time, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same. They tend to just hibernate during these colder months, and I know some people do genuinely enjoy winter and the cooler weather. Usually this is a good time to put that extra free time that you have from summer festivities and putting that time and energy into something that's going to help you grow in order to become like the next version of yourself. Summer for me is happiness, it's the warmth, it's the sun, it's everything good. And I know we should appreciate all seasons, but personally I thrive in warmer climates. I often found myself pretty depressed, and my mental health was the lowest during these months. It affected my mental health drastically, and they often call it seasonal depression. And I believe that's a true thing because everything's cold, everything's dead. You don't want to do anything. You can't go anywhere. You're most likely just bed rotting because you're in the house and you're probably most likely in your bed. You know, especially after working all day, you're just exhausted, laying in bed, scrolling, and just not really feeling like there's much to do. If you feel that way, I think really setting the goals and locking in during this time to put that extra time and energy into personal growth. How can you become better for this next season? What do you need to change? What do you need to do in order to be a better version, improve yourself every year? And I think that's another good way to look at it, is how can I improve myself every year? Whether it's just a little bit, what can you do during those 365 days that you're given to become a better person for not only your present self, but mostly your future self? Because what you do today is dependent upon what your future is going to look like. If you're at a place where you're struggling to start or find a good starting point, honestly, it's not January 1st. It's not winter arc. It's not waiting for the cold weather to come around to finally try to become a better version, or just continuously making excuses for yourself that mostly are reflected on in the future because you keep trying to put it off, and not just accepting right where you are right now with all the knowledge that you have to become better in this very moment. But if you are one of those people that like to start at the beginning of the month, who like to be that organized with it, honestly, there's no perfect way to start. When you don't have control over your mind, it's very easy to slip and self-diagnose yourself with certain things. Like, seasonal depression is a well-known term, but it can all stem from us lacking control over our minds. It's very important to gain that power, because it can be used to your advantage or it can be used to your disadvantage. And when it's towards your disadvantage, that's when life is stressful. That's when you're not happy. That's when everything is weighing you down, because your mind is against yourself. You're not encouraging yourself. You're constantly feeding it negativity. How can you thrive in that? It starts with your brain. It starts with your home, and everything around you will change. But you honestly can't change everything around you until you change from within first. Winter arc, I believe, is a good trend because it's showing people that who do struggle with getting a grip on their mental health, their mental journey, spirituality, finding the right path for themselves. It's putting good into the world, and it's showing others how to become better. And that is why I love putting out content to help others, because I think in a world full of nonsense, it's important to put the good and show the good and what life could be. You know, we don't live in great times right now. It affects us mentally, it affects us financially, it affects us spiritually, physically. But it's all about your perspective and how you view things and how you are going to make the best of your life while you're here. Because that's really all it's about. Focus on becoming better. Focus on becoming greater. But putting so much time and effort into things that are not serving you is going to keep you in that constant state of doubt, in that constant state of fear. You have to get up, you have to get moving, you have to take action, whether it just be a little bit day by day, but you have to just start. You have to go. It's here. It's here. The colder months are upon us. For those of us who live in cooler climates, and the weather does affect how we feel mentally. And what about those who live in perfect climate weather all year round? That honk was not for me, by the way. I just want y'all to know that. What about people who have amazing weather all year round? You know, it's different for everybody. And if you know what it is that is affecting your mental health, find ways for that solution to make it better. Boom. I don't like winter. Winter makes me depressed. It makes me sad. It makes me small. It makes me want to shrivel up. And that's real. But instead of allowing it, I see it as a time to build myself up. I see it as a time to put that energy and all that extra free time into building a better version of myself for my future self, because my current self does not like the situation. I can't 100% say I love the situation that I'm in right now. I want to be better. I want to become better. I want to be in a better spot in multiple different ways. Financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. I'm pulling up to the gym right now. I'm doing all the things that is necessary for my future self to thrive, and I'm doing what it is that is hard right now. Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes I just want to sit there and rot. Sometimes my head gets so clouded and I can't move. I'm paralyzed. All I'm doing is just wanting to sit in bed all day. But I can't allow myself to do that, because it's not good for me. And if I continue to indulge in it, it's not going to help me whatsoever. I have to pull the mental strength on the days that it is hard to know that this is a feeling. This is only a fraction of my life. I can't let it affect me so much to where I'm paralyzed to move. You got to keep going. It's hard. It's a day by day process, and you're not going to feel 100% every single day, but I have to show up for myself so that I can become the best version that I've always seen for myself. And I know, and I'm aware that if I constantly let this image of me sit in the back of my mind and never act on it, never become it, never try, I will live a life of regret. And especially the more lessons that I learn throughout life, because do what it is that you want to do in this lifetime, because you will regret not taking that action. You'll regret caring so much of what other people thought of you that it paralyzed you to do what it is that you actually want to do. You can't think like that. You just try to become a better person. You just try to put 1% better. You always try to move better, do better, view better. So, winter arc is upon us. It is October 24th. What are we going to do for the next 6 months to become a better version of ourselves than we were the previous season? In this new up and coming season, how will I be better? What will I do? What habits will I change? What will I learn? What will I gain? Where am I lacking? Where do I need to progress? Ask yourself those questions. Jot it down on a notebook. Figure it out. Sort it out. Create a plan. And you have 6 months. Just lock in 6 months and see what can happen. Because another good way to view it is if you don't want to do this and you want to be the same person and you want to be in the same situation in the 6 months and not take any type of action, just know that those 6 months are going to pass regardless. There's no stopping time. That 6 months is going to pass regardless. So ask yourself, do you want to be the same person in 6 months and have that repetitive habit of it being every 6 months you are the complete same person? Or do you want to look at it as a game and break down your life in 6 months intervals and dedicate some form of self-improvement that you know you need to change about yourself, habits that you need to get rid of and relearn better habits that is going to set you up for a future, for a great future. Ask yourself, where do you want to be? You want to be the same person in 6 months, or do you want to be a better version of yourself and continue to progress and actually have that desired outcome that you want? Or do you want to keep at a plateau and be the same person for the next 6 months? If you know what you want to do in your head, it is unfair for you to not implement it. It is unfair for you to not entertain it. It is unfair for you to do everything that it is that you don't want to do for yourself and putting that before what it is that you actually want to do for yourself, because this is your life. You get to choose how you want to live it. Do you want to be in control of it, or do you want everything else around you to control you? Because that's some real shit right there, okay? Because that just hit me. Like, I needed to hear that for myself, because yes, we are locking in. I am going to get to where I want to be in a matter of time, but it's all about where I'm at right now in this current moment. How am I going to spend the day of October 24th, 2024 to become better, so that I can see the future that I see for myself, always seen for myself. And I know it's possible for me to have if I work towards it, if I put my time and energy towards it. So also, be mindful. What are you putting your free time and energy towards? Is it something that is bettering you, or is it something that's going to keep you stagnant? Lock in for the next 6 months. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye, guys. Mwah.